work in a dispensary. If you've been smoking for a while and you kind of want to get into concentrates, this video is for you. So the first thing to go over is the types of concentrates. Just rattling off a few. There's butter, there's batter, there's rosin, there's resin, there's sugar, there's pull and snap, there's shatter, there's jams, there's cured resins, there's diamonds and sauce. Then there's regular sauce, there's sand, there's FSHO. That's all I can think of in this moment right now. But the point is, with all these different categories, there's going to be different textures and different potencies. I don't care what a single person says. When it comes to concentrates, a lot of it is about preference. For beginners, I would recommend you try something that has a little bit firmer of a texture, that's a little more malleable to work with. In my opinion, that's going to be your butters and your batters and your sauces. Now remember all these talks we've had about terpenes? They really come into play when it comes to concentrates. It's a fact. You will taste more terpenes in concentrates. Now, different types of devices to use concentrates. Now, mainly for beginners, there's two routes. That's four. There's basically two different ways that you can start using concentrates, or both are pretty easy. Blowtorch, no blowtorch. When I first started using concentrates, the brand pen that I started with was Yocan. Another fan favorite for beginners is the Puffco pen. It is $80 though. It's a little bit more expensive than the $20 Yocan. Obviously, with the price difference, there's technology differences. The Puffco pen has a heated chamber, so you can just scrape your dab right on the side and it'll still work. You can't do that with the Yocans. You have to put the dabs on the coil. Now, if you're a beginner and you couldn't care less about a blowtorch, I cannot recommend enough a nectar collector or a straw. I'm not talking about a regular plastic straw, so do not try to smoke concentrates by taking a blowtorch to a McDonald's straw. The nectar collectors and the straws are super easy because all you have to do is light the end of it until you see red, let it cool down, and then you can start dabbing straight from the little bowl that it comes in. That is called dirty dabbing. It does kind of ruin the integrity of the dabs in the bowl, but it's easy. I do have to be honest, as a bud tender, that's not the recommended way that I would tell you to do it, but it's really easy for a lot of beginners, so I get it. Now, as someone who dabs quite regularly, I cannot recommend enough to stay at a lower percentage the longest that you can. Dabs are already gonna smack you into next Tuesday. You do not need to go into this process starting at like an 85% batter. You are gonna get fucking wrecked probably on like a 60%. I said probably for a reason. I don't know you personally, but traditionally, if you've never smoked dabs, you are gonna get wrecked off of like a 60%er. And as always, I am but one bud tender in a sea of millions. If you're another bud tender or stoner and you have more stuff to say about concentrates, leave it in the comments below. We would all love to learn.